Hello, everybody. Welcome to SKIM. I'm Scott.
And I'm Kim.
And we're in the car. Kim's driving.
And I'm driving.
You don't like the way I drive.
And I get car sick, let's be honest.
I know. Kim gets car sick. She also thinks I'm erratic.
You're a little erratic.
Can we talk about that? Because I don't think I've ever truly figured out why you don't like how I drive.
You drive too close to people.
I've done better lately.
I haven't.
Yeah, you did.
I haven't
that
ridden
night
with
I drove
you
with you the other night. Remember?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, you did a little better.
And I kept a little.
It was like a mile from our house.
I kept this much space right here between people. I did that on purpose. I was trying to prove to you that it's not as bad as you think. All right, is that the only reason?
But until we talked about it, it was that bad.
What's the other reason? Because there's got to be more than just...
I do get car sick, so erratic driving makes me very ill. When I was in Mississippi, my brother drove the whole time.
Yeah.
Or my sister, depending on who I was riding with. But I had no problem.
No issues?
No.
Did you feel...
He's not an erratic driver, though.
Well, you don't like driving with Steve.
No, but...
Because he's an erratic driver.
No, it's not erratic. It's like with Taylor, where it's gas, let off. Gas, let off. And
Steve
I'm like,
does that. Yeah,
it makes me so car sick.
Your daughter does do that.
Yes.
I don't do that part.
Do
I?
Just a little bit of this. Well, the problem was when I rode with Steve the one time that made me so sick, we were coming in from New Orleans to Mississippi, and we're driving on the I-10, and it has kind of the little bumps in them.
Yeah, that's a horrible
And so
bridge.
we're doing this kind of up and down a little tiny bit, and then rocking forward and back, because he kind of does the gas and then takes his foot off of it, and I was just like, I'm going to be so sick if I don't get out of this car.
If you do that, you hurl on the back of his head, and he'll never do it again. Hi, Steve. I think he listens. So. That's fine.
It was a long time ago.
The only time I get erratic about gas and brake is when you get new brakes on this car, and they're so sensitive.
We only did once, and they are new now.
Yeah, and I have to get used to it.
So they are really sensitive, yeah.
I have to get used to that, because I'll be used to pushing.
Also, I usually drive, so you had to get used to driving again when I left town for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but it's just because you've done stuff to your car that I wasn't used to. But I'm a good driver.
I'm a good driver.
Sound like Rain Man.
I'm a good driver.
I'm a good driver. When's Wapner on? But for real, I've only had one ticket in my entire life. You've had more than me.
Okay.
The one ticket I got was over here by that circle, by our turnaround. What's that called?
Roundabout.
Our turnaround. I'm not helping my case. What's that red thing?
Not.
What's that red polygonal thing? Oh, a stop sign?
Octagonal.
No, that's a 5-side, isn't it?
No, it's not a 5-side.
Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
It's 8.
No.
It's an octagon. It is.
Hold on. Top, bottom, and then corner. You're
That's
right.
6.
You're right.
No, 1, 2.
6?
I think it's...
Where's the stop sign?
Now I don't know where a stop sign is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 is the crosswalk lady. See? She's like a little house.
But the stop has the top. 3, 4. It's 8.
It is 8.
It's an octagon because it has the flat sides on each top and bottom, and it has the 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're right. Damn it.
It's octagonal.
Anyway, the point is...
what was your point?
I don't know.
You don't know how to use a stop sign?
Oh, no. My point is, I've always been a good driver. Where I suck is long distances. I get tired.
You get tired.
Very tired.
And I
very
don't.
quickly.
I have...
It's almost like narcolepsy. Or is that where people have sex with dead people?
No, that's not narcolepsy.
What's that called?
I don't know.
Narca doing it. Narca... Oh, no.
Narcolepsy you fall asleep for...
Klepto... No.
No, that's stealing things.
Necromancy. No, that's bringing him back. Necrophilia, that's it.
Okay.
I knew it. You can't be a necro...
We're going to name all the things that you can be afraid of?
You can't be a necrophiliac in World of Warcraft. But you can try to be a necromancer of sorts.
This is how he remembers.
It's how I remember everything. So anyway, the point is, I don't think I'm as bad as you think. However, I'm fine with it. It's not emasculating for you to drive.
Oh,
I don't care.
I just like to
drive. Your mom thinks it is.
I really do like to drive. I have a very good sense of direction when I drive.
She's very good.
All these things make it easier for me to drive.
She also really likes it.
I like to drive.
And you like a long trip. You're happy to be the person.
Great with road trips. No problem.
One thing you may notice, speaking of that, we haven't had a show since you got back from Mississippi.
Mm-hmm. We did a very long road trip, which was from Oregon, just outside of Medford, to Mississippi. We drove my sister there. She was moving, Danielle, and she is now living there.
With a barking dog the whole way.
Yep. Well, a lot of the way.
Most of the way, yeah. That must have been hard.
A little bit hard.
Because you got a closed space. It's fine. You do things for your sister.
At one point, her phone comes up and it's like, you're in an unsafe area. Your decibels are over 90.
Your decibels are too high, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how loud it was.
That's like taking your phone into a concert. It's like hearing Metallica.
Yeah, exactly. And you're on the front row.
400 decibels. Too much for the human ear. But anyway, the trip was good overall. That was
went well.
Hard and long, but
12 states in 4 days, and
yeah, that's a lot.
And then we got there and got her settled in and got her a few things for her new house, and then Richard and Julie, another brother and sister, came in town. So all 5 of us were able to do our sibling trip for a week. That was really fun.
I felt guilty. You guys all called me from a car.
Well, that's because...
Hey, you should fly in tomorrow with those other people. I'm like,
because Julie's husband and Richard's wife came in also just to...
to be there, I get it.
Yeah, it was really
fun. It's like
fun.
A sibling trip
but there's no way you can just...
I couldn't
the
drop
next day drop everything and go.
It's nice that everyone thinks I can, but it's not how my job works.
I know, it just isn't. And they understood.
Yeah, but I'm glad you had a good time. The hard part has been just getting caught up and having this happen because we just haven't had time.
Yeah, the fun part was the best food. So much fried catfish and fried shrimp and fried okra.
It's so not good for you, though.
It was so good. By the end, I did just eat a salad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Did you... What? Did your uncle do the full crawfish boil thing, or that was a different trip?
No, that was a different trip.
Okay.
He did have us over for breakfast. We had grits and the sausage that he had smoked. He'd killed the cow, smoked the sausage like that week. It was so good. Yeah. I brought some of that home.
Sounds like a euphemism. Smoke the sausage. You know what I mean? Here's the thing, though, with your uncle. If I could, I'd get him on a podcast interview and maybe I should before too long, because he is one of the most funny, interesting, full of stories.
Best stories.
Most Southern Cajun man you've ever met.
He sits there with his hands parked inside the straps of his overalls.
Yep. He'll just tell you a story. There's this one time down in the bayou kind of stuff, and it's amazing.
Yep.
And we just love, and he's also just a big, lovable,
so fun.
Very sweet man. But funny. He's unlike your dad. Your dad is the quiet, reserved one.
Yeah.
And his brother is a wackadoo. But in a good way.
Great.
In a good way. And he knows how to make amazing food, and he grows his own stuff. And
we also had a cousin dinner, so a bunch of cousins came, and we had like chantilly cake and
Didn't he kill a horse and you brought some home or something? What was the deal?
No, that was the sausage.
Sausage from a horse?
From a cow.
From a cow.
Not from a horse. No one eats horse. Unless you are made to or have to, or in the place where there's nothing else to eat.
Do you have any gator down there?
I saw a couple when we were driving through the boat through the bayou.
There's nothing better.
Now, alligator sausage
the right gator?
Insanely good.
Oh.
Yes.
You guys, you don't even know. It sounds terrible. I get why you feel weird about it.
It's like eating horse, but...
It's so fantastic.
It's so good.
Best meat. It's a little greasy, but if you prepare it right, you can...
greasy like duck, but different. But really
it's not the same. It's an oil... Yeah, it's not like greasy chicken.
No.
Well, chicken's greasy, so whatever.
I don't know.
Anyway.
It's really good.
So she comes home finally, and our lives, we thought, would be a little more chill. Nope. Nope.
No, Nick and Bea had their little wedding celebration yesterday. They got married in November, but they never had a chance to have a reception and things like that. Because the baby came in February, and it's been just crazy.
Yeah.
So we got to have them and their friends and Bea's family over and just had a lovely charcuterie style dinner. It was so fun.
Let me tell you my favorite thing about it. So they've got, I don't know, dozen people or something showed up on their side, or just friends of theirs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're a very diverse group of friends. Some from people they met, or wasn't somebody there they met in Minnesota or something?
And someone was supposed to come from Minnesota.
What happened? They couldn't come?
They couldn't come.
Oh, I never met them then. Some are from school, some are from other stuff, but these guys are such cool kids. There's this one kid who's a former Olympic ski jumper.
Mm-hmm.
I found out what it was the jumper stuff, like the freestyle jumping where they do all the twists and turns and stuff. And he still goes to the Utah Olympic Park and does it all the time.
That's fun.
And the reason I know this is it turns out this kid has 951,000 followers on TikTok and is a full-time TikToker. This is how he makes his living and does real well with it. So I went and checked out his channel and stuff. Anyway, him and his partner, I forgot his name, Charles, chimpanzee, Chode. What is it? Something with a Chuck? Charles. Chappie. Anyway, he looks like a young Rufus Sewell from Dark City and Man in the High Castle, and an amazing actor. He looks like a young version of him. That's all I could think of when I looked at him.
That's
tall guy.
Funny.
Anyway, so they're living together out here somewhere.
In Salt Lake.
Making content and just killing it. So talking to him was fascinating. We talked about how TikTok kind of works in terms of like when you have that much of a following. What is that like? Do you get sponsor deals all the time? And that is what he does. He gets constant sponsor deals.
That's very cool.
TikTok themselves pays him. He gets money from TikTok shop stuff. Anyway, that was a fascinating look at that world, which is a thing I haven't really cracked that nut.
Usually you don't meet people in that world. You see them on TikTok, things like that.
They obviously exist and they're out there, but I hadn't met one that had that kind of following.
His name's Calvin, by the way.
Calvin.
His boyfriend's name is Calvin.
Oh, it's Nick. That's right. So this kid's name is Nick something. I'll tell you his account if I can remember his name. Nick.
If you could look at your phone, except you're recording right now.
Fleetwood or Flintlock or something. Anyway, so he's got that going on, and he's just killing it. It's a lot of, dancing and lip syncing and here's what I'm doing today. And, the stuff it's popular. He warned me, he goes, my account's a bit of a thirst trap, he says. Which I know what that is. I know what that means. And he's right, it is. He's gay, if I haven't made that clear. So he's got a lot of people in the comments that are like, oh, I don't even know how to explain it. He's got a lot of followers that really like it. Anyway, that was fun. And then this other kid there, I say kid, they're all like 24, 25, is in the movie business. He's up in Seattle. He's about to move to LA. Worked a lot here in the movie business. He had a bunch of friends that just helped Kevin Costner finish up that Horizon movie that's coming out.
His name is Jet. How
cool is that? Freaking Jet.
Very cool. His girlfriend's name is Kenny.
Kenny and Jet. Kenny and the Jets.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. And he talked about how we were talking about how southern Utah gets used for so much stuff, like different movies. Just if you need a desert, you think that's where you go.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And you do these amazing red rock scenes, and if you're doing any kind of western
scenes, you got everything.
Yeah, you do. Sometimes New Mexico, sometimes Arizona and Nevada, but Utah's a popular thing. And so we were talking about that, and he was saying that was a gig that everybody thought they wanted but hated, and not because of Costner or anybody else working on it, because it was so freaking hot. Oh, so like 112 degree days, out in the sun, out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but what do you expect? In Arizona, it's like 117. So,
yeah, that's what you got to do to make it through. And I was saying, I'd heard that about the set of Furiosa, Dune Part 1 and 2. They have to go to these, not Indonesia, the desert that's popular to go to. Anyway, they use it for Star Wars, and I forgot where this is. But anyway, that place is so freaking hot that everybody on the crew, there are days where just 2 or 3 people have dehydration and have to be taken to a medic or something.
That's awful.
So
I've only had that once, and I was like, this is not...
No, it's the worst.
It was like heat stroke.
Heat stroke is the worst.
It is. And then there's nothing you can do but just feel terrible.
By that time I peed from my arms, right?
That's lovely.
Did I tell you about that?
Yes,
I didn't drink enough water, so my body sweated pee.
Here, I'm going to drink some water now that you're talking about it.
Yeah, it makes you thirsty.
Makes you thirsty.
Anyway, I just had a ball talking to all their friends, but here's the funny part. This always happens, and this has happened since they were all in high school and before that, junior high, when my kids were young. Their friends can't deal, or at least at first, they don't understand what I am. So I show up looking like dad. Hey, I'm a dad. I'm a father here. In fact, now I got little grandbabies. Like that kind of thing. And then they'll start talking, and I'll go, oh yeah, that game came out 6 months ago. I know the dude who blah, 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 blah. Oh, what? You play that? Yeah, I totally do. well, I play World of Warcraft. You heard of that? Dude, I had a 16-year show all about World of Warcraft. You know, like, this constant, like, I know, I've seen it. Yes, that movie's great.
I am not out of the loop.
I'm pretty sure that song is this. You know, like...
You really are proud of yourself.
I am in this because it makes me, A, feel young and validated.
Validation is a big thing.
But B, I like that they can open up and then stop having this wall. Yeah. Because they all think there's a wall there when they meet somebody who's
like, oh, hello.
Twice their age.
They have to be really...
Yeah, formal and all that. Yeah. But no, you can let loose and laugh and talk about stuff that matters to you, and it was great. I really had fun talking to them last night. It was a really great experience. Good. And some of these kids, like the gay couple, were all worried, you know, about being who they want to be in front of somebody they don't know, who's older.
Yeah, they got a kick out of me walking up. I'm holding the baby, and I got her in her little striped jammies, and I'm like, and Happy Pride Month, and they all just start laughing, like, oh.
Well, she was wearing stripy pajamas.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Her rainbow pajamas.
Anyway, I'm not trying to say it's like, you know, Steve Buscemi walking up and going, hello, fellow kids. It's not what I was doing. But I get it. I'm in their world kind of anyway. I understand it. I pay attention. I know what the tech is. I know what they're doing on their phones. I know what the world's like.
People appreciate that. You're so funny because you're like, guess what I did last night? I told everybody I know what they're talking about.
Yeah. fellow teens. Anyway.
Fellow 20-somethings.
The one kid was almost 30, so, you know, he's basically...
Yeah, but you have a 30-year-old, so...
Well, that's true. Well, that's weird. He's only a couple years younger than Tay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a year... No, Tay's 30, he's 28, so a couple years.
A couple years younger, yeah.
Anyway, so that was fun. Congrats to Nick and B on their deal there.
Finally got to really celebrate it and have just a lovely, chill evening with everybody.
Yeah.
Not a reception, not a ceremony of any kind, just
to hang with the people you like.
With people that you like.
Yeah. Her parents were there for a while. It's nice seeing them again.
Yep.
We had
and her brother and her sister.
A bunch of great food. Awesome. Kim made a big old charcuterie layout deal.
Yeah. It's lovely.
I like that. So today, you might wonder why we're in the car and subjecting you to background car noise on the freeway. And that's because today we're going to Park City. Yes, that's right. The land of celebrities for, what's that called? Sundance Film Festival and summertime good times.
In January. Well, it's your first day off where I'm in town, you're in town. You don't have any shows today, and so we're actually getting a date day. Very excited about
everything I put up this weekend has been pre-recorded, and so I just had
That's why we're in the car.
Yeah, so we're going to go spend some time together, get some food, chill, check out what's going on, get about 10 degrees lower in the mountain.
Yep.
It's a little hot down in the valley today, in the 90s, high 90s. It'll probably be 85 or so up there. Perfect. Walk up and down Main Street, old Main Street. It used to be a mining town. Now it's like the most expensive city in the state to live in. I think that's still true. Yeah.
Probably.
Post Malone has a couple houses up here. Maybe we'll run into Post Malone today.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll be up there
give
going.
Him a kiss on the cheek.
And a minute into something with the rock star, he'll say. And that reminds me. So Kim and I, we would like to officially endorse this new genre of music that's taken off like crazy called hick hop.
Yeah.
Which is like, I guess Post Malone's got a whole album coming out that's like this, but
it's fantastic.
It's
I
like
listened to
pop and country.
So much country when I was in Mississippi because that's what my brother listens to.
Of course.
And I absolutely fell in love with a lot of it.
And Shabuzi and his thing.
Yep.
Tipsy in the bar and the good Lord, do whatever. But yeah, we official official endorsement.
We're endorsing
That's good stuff. Yeah, I like it.
It's really fun.
I like it. It's a great combo.
I've always liked country for its storytelling, really fun music.
Yeah, the good stuff.
The good stuff. And this is actually just a little bit better than that.
Yeah.
Some people won't agree with me. They like the old school.
I mean, I like
country.
I like pretty much. There's nothing I don't like if given the right. There's something good about pretty much every genre.
Of it. Yeah, that's true.
Like I like all of it. Problem is, a lot of modern country is just cloying, and it just I don't like the whole. I grew up in a small town, therefore everything else sucks ass.
Okay.
I don't like that.
I think you should record.
But you know what I do like?
You should get a record deal for that.
I had a guy I grew up with. We used to catch fish out the back of my truck. That's fun.
By the way, I caught a fish while I was there.
You caught a fish?
I did. I
big
caught
old
a
bass
big
or
mouth, largemouth bass.
Yeah. Did it?
That's what it's called.
How big a mouth was it?
That big.
Oh, that's a pretty big mouth.
Yeah, I could hold on to it, take a picture with it.
And you don't eat him
because
it's from your uncle's lake?
Oh, no, you can totally eat it.
Why didn't you?
Because we didn't have it anywhere. We were staying at Airbnb. We didn't really have, like, all the stuff to make fish. You know, we'd have to go buy everything to make it, make sure we had the right pots, pans, all that stuff.
But this was your uncle's stocked lake?
Yes.
Yeah. And he does that, right?
He does that. They put them in and they stock it, and it's a co-op kind of lake where he owns property that touches that lake, but other people do also.
I'll tell you this: if your uncle put in his will that his favorite niece,
that would be
Kim,
that would be Julie.
Yeah, but let's say it was you. Just for instance, okay, I'm not saying it's a hypothetical.
He's also got 6 kids. He's not leaving anything.
No, I know. That's why it's hypothetical. If for some reason he said, "Screw everybody, this is all going to Kim," I would move for that.
Really?
Yeah.
We could have moved down there years ago and lived in my grandparents' house for a lot cheaper than ours.
Well, no one told me that was an option.
I did tell you, and you went, "I'm not living in Mississippi."
Oh, well, I still don't want to, but but if it was free.
It wasn't, but it was a lot cheaper.
How much cheaper?
Right now, it's about 10,000 an acre to live there. An acre.
Per acre? Mm-hmm. That's about 5 times cheaper than the cheapest out here.
Try 10.
10, yeah. It's almost closer to $100,000 per acre.
My sister-in-law was telling me in Draper, someone bought half acre of land for $800,000.
Jeez.
It's crazy.
I remember my dad bought his half acre for $50,000.
Yeah.
And that was $2,000.
And we were
or $99
like,
or something.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts. Now it's like, I think that house is worth like $3 million or something.
Probably.
Stupid. Anyway,
indeed.
I'm just saying, hypothetically, if something like that happened, I'll go. Somebody'd have to go, all this land, like the old chicken farm and the house and all that. If somebody said, we're just going to give this away.
I don't want to live in Colombia.
Why?
I don't know.
What's wrong with Colombia?
That'd be weird.
Not Colombia in South America, you mean Colombia, Mississippi.
Yes.
What's wrong with that place?
Technically in Summerall.
Drugs, debauchery. Oh, Kim whispered what it was, and I'm not going to say. I don't blame you. I don't blame you for that at all. I get it. That's the same reason I don't want to move to...
Where?
You know what I mean.
But you have friends there, too, so that's not so bad.
Oh, that's true.
But I get it.
That's true. No.
Anyway.
It's only 400,000 degrees there every day. That's all
no
it is.
one's giving you anything for free. You worked for everything you have.
No, I know. I worked hard for everything. I just want other people to give me things for free now. I don't get free things. I never do. Well, I get free video game codes, and I get occasionally
awesome.
like a week of...
You get some really cool things in the mail.
Yeah, I get cool stuff in the mail, usually from listeners. So thanks, everybody.
Mean. That's what I'm talking about. You get really cool stuff in the mail.
Yeah.
So stop complaining.
And they're always really thoughtful and creative and not throwaway.
Very good at it.
If anything, I have too much stuff and I don't know what to do with it all. Ooh, look how pretty it is down here. It's still
the
green.
Mountains driving up to Park City are green, green, green.
This is
I've never
unusual.
seen it like this. They're always kind of red rock and...
Yeah, for this time of year, this is unusual. This should be turning brown by now. Some of it is. But this is gorgeous. That looks like Hawaii right there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. You guys don't even know.
Very excited.
Remember that time Metzen came out here for the first time?
Yes, I got to drive Chris Metzen through a canyon, and he was like, his hands are touching the, what's it called? Windshield, looking up at everything like, what? I did not know Utah looked like this.
Yeah, I had no idea. And he was blown away.
It was great.
And when he got up there, he's like, dude, you live in a fantasy world. And I'm like, I know. You probably made some wow stories out of it. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Mountain trolls and stuff. Anyway, it's beautiful. I highly recommend this. You come to town. Ugh, that bird. Sorry. It was coming out the car.
You're in a car. It's going to be okay.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to come see this if you're coming here. If you're in Salt Lake City, go up the canyon. Go to Park City for a day.
Beautiful drive.
Isn't this where they got all the granite for the big temple downtown?
Salt Lake and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. They pulled out big bricks of this stuff, took it down the mountain in the 18 freaking hundreds.
Crazy.
Pulled by ox and like 2 dudes. and they've all died doing it. Anyway.
Then it wouldn't be there.
Well, I mean, they replaced them with other people and oxes.
Other oxen and people.
Oxen? Is that the plural of oxes?
Plural.
I would have said oxes. Oxen?
Oxen.
So one ox is an ox. Two oxes are oxen.
Two oxes are oxen.
A total of 2 different ox.
Yes, so we do recommend driving up to Park City. It's a beautiful drive, and it's a fun little old mining town, which there's a lot of cool stuff to read about that.
Why isn't it Moosin?
I don't know.
Or
it's a
Cowan?
Moose and moose.
Or
Cows?
Goaten. I've got 1 goat, and I have 2 goaten. Anyway, it is beautiful. Recommend it highly. All the canyons that travel up through the Eastern Mountains are amazing, and you'll never not like it. I can promise you that.
Gorgeous.
And Park City is a place that's great to visit.
It's just a cool town.
Yeah, it's full of Subarus and hippies that are rich. They also have to be rich now. You can't just be a hippie up there. You have to be rich and be a hippie.
Unless you've been there a long time.
Yeah, if you've lived there for a real long time. And there's some cool, like, ancient houses on Main Street that I would kill to live in those things.
Except it's a lot
expensive.
Snowier in the winter.
And they never sell those. They keep them in the family, or they make a storefront out of it.
Or they Airbnb them.
Or they Airbnb, which is ruining the economy, the housing economy. Everyone buys up everything and makes an Airbnb out of it. Makes no sense to me. But anyway, whatever. What else? Anything else you want to talk about before we close it down today?
So I made my charcuterie.
I got emails, but I can't really get them here.
What did we make else this week? We made jambalaya this week. I went to my neighbor Madeline's. Loved that girl. Girl.
She's 83.
She's 83.
Yeah.
84.
Wonderful old lady.
Anyway, she let me come over and pick some Bing cherries. And so I went over and picked...
Bing cherries?
I don't know if they were Bing, actually. They were bright red. They weren't the dark red cherries.
I've never heard Bing before. It's new to me. Bing like Microsoft Bing, like the search engine?
Yeah. But I don't think these were that. I'm not sure what they were. They were bright red, but so good. I made maraschino cherries this week.
Yeah.
Which was really fun.
And they're more tart than sweet, and I actually really like them.
Really good.
Prefer them that way.
Kind of fun to make those.
Yeah, she unshelled them while I was out drawing on the porch. Not unshelled, de-pitted. What do you call it?
Yeah,
pitting them?
I had a pitter.
She had a pitter. And every couple of pits, they would shoot juice over on my iPad. So that was fun. And then he
moved his chair away from me.
And then I filed for divorce, and we'll be done in about a month. So.
Oh, it was really fun.
It was fun.
It was just something different to try. I've never taken the time to sit and do that with it's probably 20 pounds of cherries by the time I get done.
I think we've had Mother's Day and Father's Day since you've been gone.
Oh, I think so. Maybe. No, Mother's Day was before I left. Way before.
I wish I could legally play Since You've Been Gone by Outfield as our outro
It felt
music.
like forever, didn't it?
It sure did. But I'm glad you're home.
It was a lot of fun.
So as we enter the outskirts of Park City and Heber and all this
I got a few texts, by the way, about it.
About what?
From Barry. Barry said... He said, I've counted now 4 different days that Scott ate hot dogs. Not consecutively, but is he okay?
I had more nitrates than I've ever had in my life. I love the hot dogs you bought me, though. Those were fantastic.
Yeah.
All beef.
Well,
no ears and anuses and stuff.
I'm going to get you some good hot dogs, at least.
Yeah, I like an anus-free hot dog.
If I'm going to leave you with hot dogs, it's got to be good hot dogs.
Yeah. The only hot dog that touches an anus for me is the one on the way out. That's it. That's gross. All right. That'll do it for us. Thanks for listening, everybody. Send us your feedback, 801-471-0462. You can text or voicemail there, or you can email us, frogpantsllc@gmail.com. Don't use the other Scott at Frog Pants for now. Something's broken. I can't figure it out. I might have to just
spend some
stupid money. No, it's just getting, servers are blocking it for some reason.
Oh.
So I'm not getting some people's emails just at all.
Sorry, guys.
They're just bouncing back, and I don't know why. There's no reason this should happen, and I just need to prioritize it and figure it out. You can also find all our details in the contact page and all that stuff over at frogpants.com/skim. Anything else you want to say?
That's all.
All right. Kiss our butts, everybody. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you next time, hopefully sooner than last time. Bye now.
Get more at frogpants.com.